My name is Dozie, Dozie, the correct way to say it.
I'm Jessica, and I'm interested in a guy who basically compliments me, and I compliment him, and that you can see God within our relationship. I can feel God in our relationship. We're striving to become better within ourselves and as a whole.
I like the idea of showing other millennials how dating is today and just really helping and benefit. I prefer to be very straightforward. I put all my cards out there because there's so many people in the world. If you lose out, it is what it is. There's somebody else. That's the way I see life. Bruh, she low-key fine. Like, okay, all right. Christians didn't flop on me today. You know what I mean? You know, Christians be flop artists. They didn't flop on me today.
Nice to meet you.
I hope she got a body though. You know what I'm saying? She got the looks. Hopefully she got a body though. You know, we gonna see when we sit down. God is good in Jesus' name.
So you got you.
Yes, you're gonna hear that accent through it. Yeah.
So I'm from New York.
I just moved here
Probably about 4 months ago now. And your city is interesting.
Okay. What made you move?
Work, change, God, really God at the end of the day.
Okay. What do you do for work here?
I am a scientist or chemist.
Nice.
Yeah. Public or private relationship. All right, let me explain. Is it important to you that I let people know we are together on social media?
It's not an importance, but I want to make sure that I'm not a secret. I don't have to be on every single picture, so how do you feel about that?
Public or private? So I definitely agree, because nowadays people be sliding DMs. Everybody be sliding the DMs. So at least if you got like one photo or two, well, you know what, I think on the stories you should make it prevalent to some degree. But I do understand when people want to make it private.
Yeah.
I'll put it this way. If a lot of dudes are sliding your DMs, absolutely put me on there. That's the way I feel. Like, bruh, put me on there.
Put you on it.
Stop playing.
Why aren't you married yet already?
That's a good question. To be honest, in my opinion, I haven't found the right one. So I've met some amazing women, but every time I've went to God and asked him, like, look, what's up? He told me no. That's really it. If we could be frank, like I could tell you something else, but that's really it.
Okay.
For me. A physical feature of mine that caught your eye.
Height. I can.
Oh, you can do more than one. You really? Go ahead. Your man's over here. Make me feel good.
I like your height. Your chocolate. I like the beard.
Thank you.
There's some nice features there I like.
Okay. So she feeling me. Okay. Feeling the man's, all right, you know what I'm saying? She like my height too, and she complimenting the chocolate. Well, you know, dark skin, she liking the dark skin, so I'm feeling that.
Look, we have to answer the same questions back and forth, so it's gonna take a little.
They didn't say that. Well, one, it's fine, the physical feature. That's all together, that's overall.
Fine, right?
Okay.
I like your haircut.
Okay.
I like your smile. And then you took the jacket off, and I don't know if I can say body, but you know, you can leave it at body, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna put it right there, and I'm gonna move on from there.
Does your ex still have a piece of your heart?
Nah.
Not at all?
No. I'm the type of person, like, if it's over, it's over. It's over because I talked to God about it. So if I had a piece, I killed it. Like, that joint's done. And I don't do the whole, me and my ex is really tight, like, da-da-da. I can't bring you to my next relationship, so.
Amen to that.
So I don't, that's me. Now, what about you?
Same. It's no hard feelings. You was made for a reason, not blessing, but a lesson or something, but that was that, and now I'm about to move on, so no.
Okay.
Same thing. How would you respond if your child came out the closet? That's one.
Okay.
Now, would it be a different response if it was your daughter or your son?
Okay.
It'd be the same response if it was a daughter or a son, but if my child ever came out the closet, God forbid, To be honest, in my house, we gonna serve the Lord. So we're gonna honor God's word. At the end of the day, I believe it is a choice because that's just how life is. We have choices in life. So for me, if my child came out, same way if he was cheating, same way if he was a thief, like, bro, this is wrong, I don't agree with it. In my house, you're not gonna do that. You're gonna have to honor God. If you go out on the streets, I raise you right. So if you go out here and live this life, I won't ever agree with it. I will love you, I will take care of you, you will be respected, I will not dishonor you. But if you're doing wrong, in my opinion, you're not gonna be treated like you're doing right. That's what I'm saying. What you think?
This time I'm gonna have to copy because I agree to that. My biggest thing would be that my child, regardless, know that I love them. So at the end of the day, it's their decision. So I will love them and I do not want them to feel like I'm gonna shame them or exile them out of my life or family. So I can see where he's coming from with making sure your household stays with believing in God and following God's ways. I just want him to be open to love and truly love his child, because sometimes when you hold those restrictions, it's very hard on that child to kind of come out, and you want your child to be able to come to you to let you know, hey, this is the way that I feel like my life is going, and I want my child to be able to come to me first before anything else and not shy away from me.
Okay. All right. You know I'm Nigerian and I don't play that sweet boy stuff. So, you know, from her answer, it was like, nah, I'm not with it. But then there was a little bit of yes there. And I was like, we either gonna be black or white in a situation like that. What would be your pet name for me if you had to choose one of these? I got multiple choice.
Okay.
Baby, sweetie, boo, daddy.
That daddy boy.
Let me get ready for this. You feel me?
I more than likely would say boo.
Okay.
I will say bae too, sweetie nah, but boo and bae is the common one.
Bae was an option, it was baby, but I guess baby's bae abbreviated.
Yeah, abbreviated, pretty much.
Bae is baby abbreviated. Okay.
How soon will you want to be married, ideally?
Whew. So, I just turned 29. So, how soon would I want to be married? If everything, if all the pieces fell in, I probably want to be married in like a year. I even go a little less, keep it 100. A little less, like if I met and it's really going well, maybe a little less, a year and a half tops.
Okay. For me, it doesn't really matter. I want it to be real when I do get married, so I don't want to put a time limit necessarily on what I want. So, what God wants.
I feel you. I'm with it.
So we have these signs. One side says grow and stay. The other side says throw away. So based off this date, which one would you rather do? In continuation, based off our questions and how this went. So on the count of 3, we're gonna hold it up at each other, okay?
Right.
Ready?
I'm ready.
1, 2, 3.
I had to play like I had to do it.
I saw that, I was like,
The look you had was like, this.
You just gotta explain why. So why grow and stay?
Grow and stay, you came in, you were cool, your vibe was dope, and your values were good as well. As far as the sweet John, we still had the same thought. We still had the same thought process and all of that. And the things you want too is dope. Like had you said something else, I'd have been like, you know, you meet a lot of shorties and they kind of want money. They're kind of looking for stability, and the hierarchy and the way they say it shows a mindset, you know? So I like that.
Okay. Well, I chose grow and stay as well.
Okay. Let me know why.
Don't be bashful.
Don't be bashful. I chose grow and stay because one, our date was so short, but you answered the questions where I'm very intrigued to learn more about you. And I think you are a pretty cool dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
Azonwu. You guys just watched episode 3
of the whole truth. I can't believe I said it with you. I'm excited. Y'all just seen Dozie and Jessica. He said Dozie Azima, and then he changed it up. Dozie Azima, Igbo brother. Now why you don't?
Is he related to you? That's what the people want to know. Is he related to you?
Does he look like me? Do I look like him? I don't think so. I don't think we. Do you think we look alike?
Not really. No.
Yeah, but everybody's like, man, that gotta be Ezekiel's brother.
with a different last name.
Why do you think they think we look alike?
I think just the fact that he's African, and I think it's just because he's African.
That's terrible. I guess if y'all think we look alike, let us know in the comments. But anyway, I think it was dope. I think I really like how straightforward he is. Like, he said a lot in the beginning, like, yo, man, and then like, I'm looking for this, I'm looking for that. He was straightforward, and then when he saw her, he was straightforward. He was like, man, I don't know. It was fun and entertaining to watch him go. What do you think about her?
She came in really confident. She was straightforward as well, in my opinion. When he asked her what did she like, she didn't hesitate. She said exactly. She said she can list of things.
Hey, she was stumbling when he asked what are those physical features. She was like, and then he was basking in that. But it was fun. It was fun to watch. She was really, really sweet because I was there on the set. She was really, really sweet as well. Do you think you saw anything within the dialogue? Do you think you saw like some chemistry in the conversation?
I think the conversation flowed. I don't know if I would exactly call it chemistry as any sparks, but they definitely was able to have a mature conversation, and I think it was healthy just to see that two people, they don't have to hook up, they can just have a good conversation.
Okay, so what do you think about when you got to the question about if your child came out the closet, and then he responded and saying, look, I'm African, so in our house it's gonna be none of that, so I'm tell him what it is. Do you feel like he was coming off a little harsh because she saw something?
I definitely can see where she thought that was a little harsh. She didn't hear more of the grace and love, even though he did express he would still love his child, but more so he said, I'm gonna let him know where I stand. So sometimes as women could be like, no, don't be so hard on my baby. But I think she still had the same point of view. He didn't see it like that when we asked him at the end, how do you think her view on it? He was like, well, she didn't see it as strong as I did, but that's just his probably personality. When he has a strong opinion about something, he ain't gonna look any other way.
And I think I appreciate his honesty in that. I think that's a vulnerable position to be put in, and you got to be honest on how you're gonna navigate that. Now, is he 100% saying everything that I believe that he would want to say in grace when it happened? He would have to wait till that moment happened, right. And I think you'll be able to navigate that, because when you're looking your child in the face, it's a different story than conceptualizing it in your mind. So I do give him props that he wants to stand on the word of God. But her touch of grace, like if he had a woman like that, her touch of grace and love would do him good. Yeah, would do him good. But I appreciate him. And then also in the last moments when it was time to decide the decision. If you're gonna grow and stay or not today, because we're changing it. Leave me alone. We're changing it. We're changing it. Leave me alone. It's gonna be changed to not today. You hear me? Not today. I ain't trying to see no more of your comments because y'all ain't reading the freaking description. So it's gonna be changed. All right. Anyway, so do you think they were being honest with what they chose?
Yes, I think from what they saw from each other, from the conversation. Matter of fact, we didn't even mention this in the beginning. Do you think it was wrong for him to say, she got a cute face, I want to see that body? Do you think it was wrong for him to say, I want to see that body?
I don't think, because I think he is a person that wears his, I don't know if he wears his heart on his sleeves or he wears whatever he has in his heart on his mouth. So he basically said his mind. And I think that's what people be thinking, like, okay, she's cute, I wonder what the rest of her body looks like. I think that was honest. I think in this context, people can take that like, see, that's all that guys want. They only want to know if someone got a bud or not, or whatever the case.
No, I actually got a friend. He say I like them skinty. He like them skinty.
Yeah, petite, right?
Yeah, he say petite. So not everybody wants that, but he was very honest. Actually, we're not blind, Now, if we were, then we don't have to worry about that. But he was straightforward, and I don't want people to think that I'm hypocritical if they look back at the other episodes and I go, I didn't like that he said this and that. But I did like that he was upfront about it. It wasn't disrespectful. Let me put it like that. It wasn't
being disrespectful. Do you think that Christian guys kind of have to change their rhetoric and their approach when it comes to meeting a godly woman? Do you think that like the way they look should be like put on the back burner and they should only look at their soul? How should they balance that?
They definitely need to balance it. I think even Christian women, we all need to balance it, because in society today where we live, we're more concerned about how someone looks on the outside. I mean, that's just, even from news broadcasters, they have to keep their appearance up to a certain way. Mm-hmm. So I do understand we do want people to care for themselves and care for their bodies, but that shouldn't be the only thing.
The only thing, right? Yeah, and that's the reason why we have these experiments. We want people to be able to engage in conversations and be able to develop interest in someone and be able to sit with them and find out who they are as an experiment to say, hey man, I would be willing to get to know this person so much more. And I haven't seen what their waist look like and what their body looks like or what they look like without their clothes. So that's another different topic. But let's end this this commentary right here, because I thought this was really interesting with the question that came up about keeping it posting on social media.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so should people post on social media in the beginning of the relationship while they're dating? Should they let the world know that they're dating a particular person? And he went with, hey, look, if you're getting a lot of DMs from dudes, put me on your page. And she's like, I don't think that everybody should know, but I think it should be like, I don't think you gotta broadcast me to the world, but people should know that we're together. What are your thoughts on that?
I think it needs to become a mutual agreement of how we define this relationship. Okay. Because one person might say, you know what, we're just getting to know each other, while the other person might say, no, we've been in a relationship about a good 6 months now. Right. You come to my family cookouts, I come to your family cookouts.
Right. Imagine that, like we don't got no title, nobody knows us, but you come to the family cookouts, everybody see y'all together. So what are you guys?
Yeah, so I think a mutual party could come in and help them define that if they can't come to a mutual agreement. Yeah. But I always try to put myself in that situation.
I had a friend who made a post. His name is Jerry Flowers. He has a beautiful relationship ministry with his wife on IG. And he said this line. He said, keep it private until it's permanent. Do you agree that relationships should stay private until it's permanent? And I don't know if when he says permanent he means engaged or married. So do you think, what are the pros and cons of keeping it private until it's permanent?
Now, keeping it private till it's permanent, I do understand that, because when you have a lot of people in your business, it just looks negative if it doesn't work out. Okay. So I understand that point. But keeping it private until it's public, that kind of gives, the other person, I don't know if that'd be the male or the female, but it gives that other person kind of rights to just kind of, if they don't have if they're not good at heart, for them to still, I mean,
even if you don't have a good heart, if you don't establish the relationship.
Well, what is right to you? You can say, well, I was just being a good friend to her. We just went out, to eat.
It's undefined.
It's undefined. So imagine somebody keeping it private until it's public, and then they're entertaining. I didn't say they do anything, but entertaining the other party, and then the next thing you know, they up and married or engaged to somebody else. Like, wait a minute, we've been having all these deep I've been there for you, you've been there for me. Yeah. You didn't tell me you was involved with somebody seriously, because I thought me and you was going to that level.
Yeah, so keeping it private with uncommunicated parameters and definitions of that relationship can breed like distrust, can breed like people being able to kind of like entertain multiple situations at the same time, and not honoring something because publicly you haven't honored
And
it.
then I will say this, As far as keeping it private till it's public, I wonder, maybe that was exclusive to social media. Now, if you're going out with somebody, of course you're going to see them in public. But don't say, no, we can never go out because we're keeping it private until it's public. Because there should be some sense of pride that comes with anybody that you're serious about with, you know, hi mom, this is somebody I'm serious. Hi family, letting people know that this is the one that you are considering.
Yeah, I think that's a really sticky topic, because like, how do you keep a relationship private when you go to the same church? Like, people seeing y'all going to the office together with the pastor, people seeing that you guys, you know, are
y'all
talking.
Go out to eat after church.
Going out to eat or whatever the case may be. So I kind of made some notes about what I think people should consider. I think that human beings in their relationship experience go through 3 phases when it comes to relationships. And I think one of the first phases that we go through happens from when we start our existence on this earth is self-discovery. And I think self-discovery happens by happenstance. We just coincidentally discover, oh, I love Mexican food, or I love this about me, or I'm like this, oh, this makes me mad, this makes me angry. But I think we could go to a next step of self-discovery when we bring a third party in, like intentionally bringing a counselor in. Before you jump into a relationship, that self-discovery is like, man, why do I feel like this all the time? Why am I timid when it comes to relationships? Why am I afraid and to be vulnerable in certain situations? We got the whole woman, and it talks about the brokenness.
Right.
You talked about a lot about how that brokenness as a child can continue into your lifestyle as an adult and start poisoning, contaminating the relationships that you want to have. So that self-discovery is extremely important before you jump into any relationship. So I encourage anyone, of course, it can happen. You get to learn yourself, but I think taking that intentional time to get a counselor, get some spiritual wisdom to say, hey, this is me. I'm addicted in these areas. I'm broken in these areas. There are things that I don't understand about myself. Understand yourself. So self-discovery, number 1. Number 2, I think that when you're pursuing someone or interested in relationships, I think it's also important to have general discovery. This is the type of discovery that happens and can happen without the person knowing about it. Meaning, like, you're in a church setting or you're in a work setting and you're peeping how this person handles conflict. You're peeping how this person, man, they're serious about God. They're talking about their fasting and they're off social media, and they're literally off social media this entire time. And so you see this person and you can watch from afar, you can act or talk to people about them. You can go into the same church, you can talk to pastors or leaders about this person and say, hey, look, especially for men, I've been watching this woman. Could you tell me something about her? Could you tell me that if there's anything I should look out for or should I be concerned about? Talk to their mentors. That's general observation. And there's also another level of that when you have social media pages, and this is why I got in trouble online. I think that general discovery can happen through people just seeing what you're about on social media. And I made a post that I got in trouble with. I got in trouble. People were really, a lot of people didn't like what I said.
Trouble don't know my name.
Look,
I got in trouble.
But
How old are you?
All right, my opinion was private social media pages in this day and age.
No, we're gonna jump on something else. Private social media pages, they're creepy. They want to argue with you. Like, if you're gonna be private, just stay private and lurk. You know, just look through your little small glass. But don't be private and still got the nerve to comment and hold full-on discussions. That is weird.
Well,
you would not do that in public.
I won't say that. See,
I wouldn't do that in public.
I won't say that's private.
Jack. No, did not tell you. You wouldn't do that.
No, so I'll say this. There are many of our friends are private and family members are private. So I'm not going to say that private pages are creepy.
I said don't argue.
But what I do think that is kind of strange to believe is, because when I posted it, I say, hey, look, if you're looking to be social on social media, if you're looking for people to be peeping you and checking you out and you're open to that type of dynamic, I think it makes sense to have a public page. I'm not saying that your only page should be public. So people are going to argue and say, I'm private because my job and my kids. I didn't say that you can't have a private page, but I'm saying if you're expecting that type of attention, possibly from the opposite sex, somebody wanting to check you out without you having to know, because it's important that everyone that's observing you doesn't have to let you know that, I've been peeping you, baby girl. And people are like, man, if he's interested, then he should add me and let's start talking. He doesn't want to talk to you if he doesn't know you. And sometimes we want to talk without investing ourselves. We want to see, man, what is she saying? What is she posting? What is she about? And same thing on the guy side. You got like 100 million scriptures and a picture of your shoe. Like, who are you? You're scary,
a cloud with words.
A cloud with words and stuff like that. I think if you're single and you're looking for that type of attention, it makes sense to, even if you have a private page, create a safe public page. Maybe you want to use an alias until the person finds out your real name. My name is Charlie, and here's a couple pictures.
And
of
let me
myself.
just tell you
this is what's important to me.
If you really think a creep is gonna stop at being a creep just because your page is private, a real creep is gonna get to know who you are.
But what about in public? The creeps are they're in your church.
I've had somebody follow me. Now that I was just, he didn't know my name. All he had was my license plate, and he followed me. So, and then when I pulled over, I got to my mom's job, because I was right by her job. I was like, I'm gonna just get out and I'm gonna pull over by her job. He got out the car to tell me that my car and my tire was gonna bust or something. That was his excuse.
He made it up.
Yeah, he made all of that up because he was.
But I'm saying, if you're afraid,
if you're really creepy, you're gonna find out who that person is.
But not just that. If you're afraid of creeps, truly, then you will take extra precaution when you're in public because people actually have access to touch you.
Like
walk
go in
past
public
the
with your
store,
face covered.
Yeah, they'll touch you in the store. They'll they can kidnap you. So
it's more creeps that we meet in public than on social media, I believe.
Well, no, the creeps are equal, but they have physical access to you. Like literally.
No, I think I've walked about.
If I post something, they're gonna know where I am. They're gonna know what church I'm. Like, dude, they're in your church, dog.
Don't say all that.
They in your church. They walking past you at the grocery store. They at the gas station peeping at you. So
in your
I think
neighborhood.
if you're gonna trust God, or you either walk in fear, or you're gonna walk in trust for the Lord. So I think to use the fear thing, I get it, because as women, I can't speak for that, and I know women, like men, can be very wild and creepy. That's why I say having a safe public page where you don't have to post where you're at or whatever, but just something about you. So if a guy is peeping, like I've had guys that I've sent, like we send people to check out our female friends all the time. And if they have a private page, then they have to accept it. Then they start asking questions. Do you know this person? They ask my friend.
Because they see the same friends, mutual friends.
Requesting. He likes me. And women like to think beyond. It's not healthy to create that dynamic where you could just, hey, look, I'm an open book. This is what I am. And a guy that's interested, they can dig deeper, and don't expect that you have a private page. They'll dig deeper because they don't know you. So it's just weird. So I did a poll and I said, hey guys, what are your thoughts on private pages? If a girl had a private page, are you more likely to investigate the private page, add them and request them, or pass it up? 94% of the guys said that they'll pass it up. I had 20% of women vote for the guys to say, add request. No, but most guys said that they'll pass it up. So it's just something to think about. It's my opinion. It's not something that I'm making.
It's not biblical.
It's not my biblical dictation. So I'm talking about general discovery. So leave that opportunity for general discovery, and just be a person that's friendly. So when they're peeping you out, they're seeing that, man, this person is gracious, they're loving, and this is somebody I like to get to.
And if we stay in this quarantine,
Listen, they ain't gonna see you, dog. Ain't you wearing masks in public?
Ain't nobody gonna know.
They don't know who you is, dog. And so lastly, the last type of discovery is interpersonal discovery. And that's where we have dating situations. That's when you have a situation where two people kind of exclusively say, okay, listen, I'm pursuing you. You have to let a person know when you're doing interpersonal discovery, or that's creepy. They're saying, look, I'm interested in you and I want to let you know that I want to pursue you.
You did that with me.
Right?
Yeah, he did.
See, I even did the general discovery with her. I asked friends, did they
being nosy?
Like, hey, what's up? Like, I asked them as homies, you give me the real, dog. Like, tell me about it. They're like, man, we all tried to get at her. We all tried to work our way in, and she is like, she loves God. Like, she's for real. I was like, that was huge for me. So I say, walk in integrity. Be a woman of God, for real, in private and in public, because you never know who's checking for you. And so just be it truly, for real. And so lastly, interpersonal, like I said, that's when you're actually...
What the heck is that?
Oh, he got smoke. He's blowing smoke.
Oh.
All right, so it's okay, sit down. We just looked outside our window. No, we're gonna keep this in the video. We looked outside our window and we just saw smoke rising, almost like there was an explosion in our neighbor's backyard. But it looks like he's dealing with his pool or blowing some smoke.
He gotta warn us next time. I'm gonna go. I ain't gonna say his name because
All right.
But I'm gonna go tell him something. Like, you gotta tell us what you're doing. Listen, that was scary.
Okay, where am I at? So interpersonal relationship. I at this point, when you're wanting to get to know someone and making it exclusive, I think it's important to add someone to that conversation, a spirit-led counselor, therapist that has a heart for relationships that can kind of help you guys navigate through it. Because during this process, it's going to be important to do what we're doing in this experiment, for the hard questions to be asked. You done went through your self-discovery and went through your own counseling. Now it's time to see if you guys can fit. And that doesn't happen when y'all in a bedroom together, y'all Netflixing and chilling. That doesn't happen in those capacities.
Wow.
So only in safe capacities, you have a third party involved. When you guys do your interpersonal self-discovery, it has to be safe situations. So it's not on your couch by yourselves. It's like in public settings where you guys don't waste time. Oh, I know your eyes are so beautiful. I know your body's so banging. Nah. Let's talk about the important stuff. Is the Word of God the authority of your life? How do you feel about this? How do you feel about private relationships? How do you feel about exclusivity? And then you could talk about some of the stuff that avoid those situations. What is an exclusive relationship to you? What is like if I'm talking to you, can I talk to somebody else? And so you got to deal with those situations before it gets too late and it gets messy. Three points: self-discovery. You got self-discovery that happens from when you're born. You got general discovery that happens with just observation. You don't have to let the person know. But then you have interpersonal discovery, where you guys are getting to know each other, learning the deeper things about each other. And that interpersonal discovery happens all the way from that point you guys make that decision all the way into your marriage. So that point, I think it's important to make I think when you get a ring, an engagement, it's okay to let people know, because now you're giving a license to let people know, hey, stay away from this dude. We're exclusive. I'm planning to marry this person. Yeah.
Or woman. You just said dude.
I can't hear you.
I said, or woman. You only said stay away from this dude.
Okay, yeah. Okay. And if you're a guy, stay away from this girl. I'm talking to her. We both have our mindsets on marriage. So I hope you guys got a little bit from this. I know we were a little bit long-winded on this one, but we want you guys to get the full grasp of it. Can't wait till you guys see the next episodes. And then we have more content, so keep your eyes open.
Stay safe.
Peace.